I mean, Facebook is my only real safe place online, because it's like then it's just like this little circle of people. And Amanda, if you want to know what course I'm taking, just DM me and I'll like share what I'm getting. But see, the thing of it is there's going to be so many for sale by owners in the next few months. I mean, there's going to be people needing to get out of properties, and a lot of it's going to be landlords. A lot of it's going to be landlords, because they're going to say, oh, all my tenants moved out because they can't pay their rent, and I have to get rid of this property. And it's going to be how much you owe on the property. The big problem is going to be, I mean, if you find a property and the property is $500,000, but then you look at the comps and it's only, you know, say they owe $500,000, right? But the property's only worth $200,000, then, you know, that's not a good deal. Because then you're going to try to sit there and try to sell, you know, you can say, because the thing of it is you don't want to guarantee that. And this is a part of the problem with the banks, is the banks and the property taxes and these baby boomers, they want so much money. They want, you know, 10 times the cost of something that something actually is, right? I mean, you might pay like $1 for a candy bar, but if somebody wants $10 for that candy bar, it's like, no. If somebody wants $5 for it, you're gonna be like, no. But yet, and see, this is part of why, this is one of the reasons Los Angeles and New York is suffering, because you've got all these baby boomers, you've got all these county assessors, and I found it here even in town. I had somebody from the assessor's office tell me, yeah, a lot of these property owners, they go lobby the councilman, the council people, the mayor, they lobby for higher property taxes. There's a lot of grift going on. They go find a property. Your property's only worth $150,000, but they they give the you know, they say, well, okay, Mr. Property Assessor, if I give you $2,000, will you say that my property is worth $200,000 instead of just $150,000? The assessor's like, of course. So these baby boomers are basically cheating the system. And who loses? The millennials, Gen Z. I mean, the whole real estate market by next year is going to come to a crash, because you're not going to have, there's no way people are going to continue paying high property taxes, and, you know, that they don't want to pay $500,000 for a house that's worth $250,000. And they sure as heck can't pay for it on, you know, the income that's now happening. Because you got people working from home, so they're generally making less money. You've got businesses closing. You've got all this, all these things happening to the economy because the money's been overinflated, prices are overinflated, and you know, wages are stagnant. It has to fucking change. But the problem is, we have to get out of the authoritarianism. And the problem is, you know, Biden, Harris, Pelosi, a lot of these baby boomers who, you know, I mean, they want to live in a fantasy world where they're going to keep getting tons and tons of money because they're acting out of greed. Oh my goodness. So it's not even just the narcissism, it's the greed. Anyway, I'm probably just gonna go now because I don't have that many people watching. Hi Chris, how you doing? Another place I'd move if I had $250,000, I'm moving back to Arizona or Nevada. I gotta get out of this like cold, little humid, godforsaken place. But yeah, I mean, if I had a lot of money, I could do a lot of good. I know, yesterday I saw a family begging for food out in the Walmart parking lot, so I went home, took like 3 bags of canned goods out of my stockpile, didn't even make a dent in my stockpile, and I bought it to him. But yeah. And it was funny because as I'm giving them their food, some old guy drives by in a fucking Cadillac and says something nasty, and I'm just thinking, you freaking baby boomer, just, you know. And that's really the problem of it is the world is moving forward, but you've got all these elderly politicians. And, you know, Kamala Harris, no, she's not a boomer, but she's a Gen Xer who basically screwed Gen X. We've got a governor here in Nebraska the same way. He's baby boomer, you know, wannabe. And that's all he does is he does these, he pushes, and we've got so many problems getting marijuana legalized. We can't get marijuana legalized because we have an attorney general and a governor who keep challenging the laws and doing everything else to where we can't get it legalized. But they're baby boomers. Our governor, Ricketts, has so much money invested in big pharma that, yeah, of course he doesn't want to make marijuana legal. You know? I mean, it's just crazy. But it's like, again, I actually, I called my legislature a while back, and I got a list of all the lobbyists, because I was like, well, I want to work on getting a certain law change that has something to do with the DMV. I mean, I would say a good third of those lobbyists are attached to the big pharma. It's like, what's going on here? You know, it's like, yeah, what's going on here? Yeah, because what we have is we have rule by corporation. We already have rule by corporation. Yeah, you might think the politicians are in charge, but it's the corporations who write the bills. It's the corporations who write the bills. The congressmen don't read the bills. Legislators don't read the bills. The problem is the average person needs to be educated to find out who the lobbyists are, know how their civics work, know how the government works. They need to know how to draft a bill, write a bill, get the bill pushed forward. That's why they don't teach civics in America anymore. They don't want you knowing how the government works, because then you can actually change things. The politicians, the bureaucrats are terrified of anything changing. It's so freaking disgusting. But yeah, I've really got to get, I may have to just, you know, I'm, with the conspiracy stuff, with the truther stuff, with all that other stuff, it's like if I would have taken it seriously when I was in my 30s, I'd be so far ahead of everybody else right now. And right now, there are so many people way ahead of me that it's just like, you know, I might as well work on focusing on money and getting wealthy, because then at least I can help fund the people who actually have a voice, you know, because, I mean, there's independent journalists out there who I would help fund. There's other, I don't know what that is out there. Anyway. Good Lord. I'm going to close my window. Okay. Anyway. There's people out there in the conspiracy business who, like this one guy by the name of Isaac Weishaupt. He's a good conspiracy, does a lot of radio shows and has books out there. There's, you know, well, Chris Geo, obviously, Tim Pool, he's an independent journalist on YouTube. There's a lot of people out there who are putting their voices out there. But another problem is with Facebook in October is going to start the closer it gets to the election, the more people are going to crack down. And that's basically what it is. I see there's only one person watching right now. I think I'm going to go just because it's like getting way too hot in here. And I needed to get out of the apartment this morning. So, I think this would be more interesting if I drove around and actually, like, showed stuff. I do need to go just like drive around the suburbs and show you some of that stuff. Yeah. I think a lot of it is that I just need to get out of that apartment more. It's got really bad energy in it. That's a big part of it. But yeah, I will see you guys another time, and enjoy your weekend. Bye. No, it's not. No, it's not.